Let's talk about a financial product you've probably heard of, but maybe you're not totally sure how it works. I'm talking about the annuity. What is it really, and what does it do? We're going to break it all down. This is the big question for anyone thinking about the future. I like to call it the retirement riddle. For so many of us, the single biggest financial fear is outliving our savings. I mean, how can you possibly plan for something you can't know, like how long you're actually going to live? Well, it turns out the financial world has a specific tool that's designed to tackle that exact problem. It's called an annuity, and its number one job is to give you a guaranteed stream of income no matter how long you live. Okay, here's a fantastic way to understand this whole idea right from the start. Think about life insurance. Its purpose is to create an estate for your loved ones after you're gone. An annuity, it does the complete opposite. It's designed to systematically liquidate the estate you've already built, turning your nest egg into a reliable paycheck for yourself. So here's the official definition. At its core, an annuity is a contract. It's a deal you make with a life insurance company. You give them a chunk of money, and in return, they promise to pay it back to you, plus interest, over a certain amount of time. Or, and this is the key part, for the rest of your life. In any annuity contract, you've got four main players. First up is the insurer. That's the life insurance company backing the deal. Then you have the contract owner. That's the person who buys the annuity. The annuitant is the person whose life the payments are based on and who gets the income. A lot of the time, the owner and the annuitant are the same person. And finally, you have the beneficiary. That's who gets any leftover money if the owner passes away before the payout starts. So how does this all actually play out? The easiest way to think about it is to break it down into two totally separate phases, the time when you're saving and the time when you start spending. First, you have the accumulation phase. This is the pay-in period. I want you to picture it like you're filling a big bucket with water. Then, when the time is right, you move into the annuitization phase. That's the payout. This is when you turn on the tap, and that water starts flowing out as a steady, predictable stream. So during that first phase, the accumulation part, you're making contributions, which are also called premiums. You can just think of them as deposits. And here's the really cool part. The money you put in grows with interest, and that growth is tax-deferred. That means you're not paying taxes on the interest earnings every single year, which really helps your money compound and grow faster. Then, whenever you decide it's time to start receiving that money, you enter the annuitization phase. This is the moment you flip the switch. The contract goes from being a savings account to an income machine. The contract owner now officially becomes the annuitant, and they start getting that systematic income we've been talking about. And that really gets to the heart of what an annuity is all about. It's not designed to be some high-risk, shoot-for-the-moon investment. Nope. Its entire purpose is about a controlled, systematic liquidation of your savings to create an income you can absolutely count on. It's all about turning a lump sum into a steady flow. All right, you knew this was coming. We can't talk about a financial product without talking about taxes. And with annuities, this is a really important point. They basically come in two flavors, and it all depends on where the money you put in comes from. Let's break this down. It's pretty simple. On one side, you have a qualified annuity. This is funded with pre-tax dollars, usually inside a retirement plan like a 401k. The big deal here is you often get a tax deduction now on the money you put in. On the other side is a non-qualified annuity. This one's funded with after-tax dollars, money you've already paid taxes on, so you don't get a tax break for putting money in, but hey, anyone can buy one of these, not just through a retirement plan. But here's the common thread, and this is the most important thing to remember about the tax situation. Despite their differences, both qualified and non-qualified annuities share that one amazing benefit. The interest your money earns while it's sitting in there, it is always tax-deferred. That is the universal advantage. So we've gone through all the mechanics, the phases, the jargon. Let's bring it all back home to the most important question of all. Why would anyone do this? What's the ultimate payoff? It really boils down to just a few core benefits. The big one, the main event, is that guaranteed income for life. That's the protection against outliving your savings, and the peace of mind that comes with it is just huge. On top of that, you get that powerful tax-deferred growth we just talked about, and a lot of times the interest rates can be a bit better than what you'd find in a regular old savings account. Look, if you remember just one thing from all this, please let it be this. Everything else, the tax benefits, the interest rates, all of it, it's all in service of this one single primary goal, creating a guaranteed, predictable income stream for you in retirement. It's the solution to that retirement riddle we started with. And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. An annuity offers an incredibly powerful guarantee, something only a life insurance company can truly offer. But every guarantee has a trade-off, right? It might be in the form of fees or complexity, or maybe your money isn't as easy to get to. So the real question becomes, what is the price of that peace of mind, and is it the right price for you?